Well, here we are again. I'm over the other side of the yard this time, and I'd like to show you what's happening with my pumpkin patch. And I've been working pretty hard at growing this pumpkin patch. A little bit better, a little bit stronger, keeping some moisture up to it so that it grew. But we had some rain yesterday, and that was very pleasing to me as well as to the pumpkins. And as you can see, I planted a whole lot of stuff in the center here, maybe a little bit too much in some areas, but I was trying to compensate for the loss of so much during this really hot weather. But because I've kept the moisture up, it seems as if, just been a bit quieter because there's someone riding past, it seems as if they're doing much better. There's lots and lots of flowers coming, and the flowers are mainly male. I haven't seen any female flowers as yet, but eventually they'll come, because after a flush of male flowers you usually get your female flowers coming through. If you can see, there's a nice bee just there, and I've noticed that there's a lot of bees around. That tree is doing very well, of course. Makes lovely cups of tea. We'll go over here. Now these are looking pretty peaked, these beans. Actually everything except the tomatoes, which are still growing nicely. There's quite a few tomatoes down through there if you look. There's a red one over there. There's lots of little green ones just in there and some red ones I've got to pick. But everything's got so heavy. And the method I wanted to use, I've done in another area, but a very small one. If you look at the sunflowers, that looks as though that one's been assaulted by a bird. But the interesting thing is that the seeds are actually forming. I've been able to give some of them to the chooks, which is the purpose of growing them. And the corn, you can see that that's all dying back due to the heat, because it's pretty well finished. Now I should tell you what happened with the corn, because over in this area over here I found a dead rat. Oh! Phil's Sojourn is full of things that surprise him, like a tree limb falling from the sky from way up there in the paper barks. That's fallen into my garden, and that's my timber for next year's winter. But that was a surprise because I didn't know that was there. The lima beans are starting to produce, which is good. There's a couple of them. Well, something's taken the tip off that one. Oh, that's an interesting bug there. But this one here is starting to swell, and I'll be able to show you them in a little while. But the lima beans are taken off. Now they'll stay there for a couple of years. These should be the Christmas or the chestnut lima bean, not the white ones. And of course that pumpkin vine, which is grown over there, still seems to want to grow. He hasn't produced anything, but he's got lots of male flowers on him as well. And these are green beans. And the beans, all of the beans started to go backward. I've fertilized them with fish water. I've taken some fish that I've caught, other people have given me, I've put them into water, and that is becoming my fertilizer. And I'm putting that on to see if that'll give me any results. Now, not that these have had that much. This is my spinach in my garden. Look at the height of the silver beet, sorry. Wow, that's really good. The silver beet has been very good. And these green beans, you can see a couple of green beans shaking there. It's starting to grow up. In fact, there's one there I could probably pick if I was really clever. Just right for eating. And this is a climbing bean. There's quite a few of them coming through. And the zucchinis are producing over there. These tomatoes are producing. I found out something about these ones. I think they're called Crazy Tom. They're only a small little one. Oops, that's ripe. Now, green tomatoes, only small and green and fairly hard. They usually go a little champagne-y in colour, and when they go champagne-y in colour, they're ripe, ready to eat. And they do fall off fairly easily. But those tomatoes down there, the other side of the netting, they're still producing strongly. Anyway, I'm going to leave it for now. I might swing down here and show you the choko vines beforehand. Actually, all of this is starting to regrow, and I'm making sure I've got my water going, but so much of it still wants to die. Anyway, I'll leave you there. I'll see you again later on. Bye for now.